Well, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to hear me. I'm doing a little road trip today. Now, after I made everybody remember, those of you that don't like my post where I get mad at them. So the other post was the Good Christian post for the day. But these are going to just go on Facebook as I'm riding around today. I was thinking I could go all the way to where old Chapo escaped from. Be a little ride. I think it was on the border of Juarez. I'm still here, Corpus, but San Antonio is that way. This house, I took Pops. I'm not going to go long on these because I'm going to upload these as soon as I make them. I got some time. I read a few more articles on the... I was tempted to be raging today, but I wasn't. And I read a few articles about the girl I posted, Sandra Bland or Bond, I forget the name, but the black girl that they pulled over, you don't use that signal to change lanes in Texas. That's a crime. Very big crime. So those guys, I think they were the Rangers, but they had the hats on. I was upset when I read some of the other articles. That girl was from a church in, I guess, Chicago area, but she was just going to come to Texas and get a job. And her pastor, she was active in the church, and I'm assuming it was a black pastor. I read the article. And as he discussed it, the black pastor said, well, hopefully they'll do an investigation because, he's not one of those that speaks out. And then the local media is terrible in Corpus Christi. So I read a defense of the killing or of the pulling over and all that, and it upset me because the local media doesn't ever cover cases. I think it was a local story or one of the sites I was reading, and it said she disrespected one of the officers. We cannot have disrespect like that. And I was upset. I was upset because they said, they're going to investigate. The Rangers are going to investigate. I thought they looked like Rangers that pulled that girl over. So I thought, you investigate. You're going to investigate yourselves. I don't think I'll drop any F-bombs. I might on some of the upcoming videos. But it upset me because the black pastor of the girl was saying, hopefully they'll get to the bottom of it, and you need to speak out. Many of the black pastors who don't speak out. Some disagree with Martin Luther King Jr. and his civil rights movement. They benefit from what he did. But they don't believe you should do what he did. Be an activist or speak out. You ride around here, I can go to Robstown from here. I'm not going to go that way. The cops wait. They got a little, it's a scam that's been going on for years over there. It's a little construction zone, but they keep those construction zones up for many years. And it says 45. Nobody will do 45. It's almost dangerous to do 45 because you slow down in traffic. Well, that's how they do a lot of drug busts. I remember when I was doing the meetings, those cops, that's my vehicle, they're going to want to pull it over, which they did multiple times. And what happened was, and I knew I'd set my cruise control at 43. They'd get mad. They're riding behind you, and one of them once was riding behind me. Oh, this guy's going to do 46. Everybody does 46 at least. I didn't do it. Man, he pulled out around me mad. It's dangerous. Hazard. Right over here, Robstown, right over there. And then he pulled into a little turn, like a little parking area, waiting for me to come before I turned on Highway 44 to go to Corpus Christi. And I was mad. I had the guys with me. They even said, wow, those cops are bad. And I pulled right in. It was like he's waiting by a convenience store thinking I'm going to go by. And I just pulled right in. He was blocking the thing and he had to move his car real quick. He was in the wrong because he was parked in the middle. And then I just kept going. So they used like tactics, threatening. Had one many years ago, DPS guy. Must have been doing like 90 miles an hour coming. I thought he was going to ram my vehicle. I was getting off of work. But it was a country road where they pulled that black air traffic controller. I wrote his story. Black air traffic controller working at the base, Kingsville. He told his story in Corpus a few months back. They waited for him to be on one of these country roads all around here. That's why you see me mad when I see those guys with the cowboy hats pulling that black girl over for there's criminals over here. You got criminals up and down these streets. They pulled him over, that air traffic control. I told a story. When they pulled him over, they said, he said, he's not a drug dealer. I think he was coming back to Corpus. They said, he asked him for his ID, that cop. The cop didn't give it. What ID? Who do you think you are? You're black. I don't care whether you're an air traffic controller or you work at the bank. You're black. He didn't say he used the word nigger, but I think that's what he used. He said they used epithets. He said they used. Nothing ever happened to that cop. They put that black air traffic controller on notice. I think you're going to be driving through Texas. You're going to not use your blinker, you're going to jail. That girl might have killed herself. She was going to get a job here in Texas. And it said, one of the articles said she suffered from depression. Say if she thought she was going to start a new life in Texas. And then she realized all of the stereotypes that she heard were being realized in her own life. So she's not going to have a new life. She's going to have a life where them SOBs can pull her over whenever they want because of any minor thing. But you got crime wave going on. Unreported. Local media will not report it. Unreported bank robberies, breaking and enterings, running in expensive neighborhoods. None of that. We're going to find that blinker. So here's your first video. So beware. The other ones throughout the day, I'm going to be on the road today.